Hi, Stephen Allison here, Minister of Cotality Free Church, with this week's Minister's Update. Hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to read some words from the book of Ephesians, one of Paul's letters in the New Testament to the church. Paul is really writing this letter to a church to show that a variety of people from a variety of different backgrounds can be united together in the church and can have one common purpose around their love of Jesus, their Lord. People who previously would have been seen as almost enemies of one another, the Jews, the Gentiles, people who never spent time together are united together in the church. And so I just want to read some words from the start of chapter 4. Chapter 4, verse 1. I, therefore, a prisoner for the Lord, urge you to walk in a manner worthy of the calling to which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, just as you were called to one hope that belongs to your call, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all and through all and in all. But grace was given to each one of us according to the measure of Christ's gift. The church is to be one body, united, and we really need to strive to maintain that unity in the church at all times. How does Paul tell us to do that? By practicing humility, gentleness, patience, bearing with one another in love. We will wrong one another, we will upset one another, just like any family does. But the church should be a place where we understand and care for one another and show our love for one another. And that unity is actually meant to be a demonstration to the world. It's the last great apologetic that Jesus talked about, where he says that people will know you by your love for one another. They'll know that you're my disciple by your love of one another. It's a way in which we demonstrate to the world that the church is different and that the church is attractive and people should want to be part of this community of God's people. So in these times when maybe we can't be physically present like we would like at times, it's so important that we maintain that unity. We keep contact with one another, we stay in touch, we seek to help one another where we can, and we be praying for one another in the church and seeking to support one another. Tomorrow, Sunday, we'll be meeting again at 11 o'clock for our online service on Zoom and Facebook Live. We're going to be looking at a short passage in Luke chapter 19, verses 41 to 44, where Jesus weeps over Jerusalem. Jesus can sometimes be portrayed as a very stoic figure, but he was a man full of emotions. And we see that especially in this passage, where he is moved to weep over the people that he sees in Jerusalem. He goes into the city knowing that he's going to die in a week's time, and he weeps over the people there who won't respond to his message. It's a very moving passage and one that we're going to look at together tomorrow at 11 o'clock on Zoom and Facebook Live. If you need the details to connect to that, they'll be in the description of this video. And then in the evening at 7 o'clock, we'll continue our looking at God's big picture. We've reached the promised kingdom, and we'll be looking at the story of Abraham and God setting apart a people for himself in Genesis with Abraham and his people and his family. So that'll be at 7 o'clock again on Zoom, and if you want the details for that, they'll be in the description of this video. But thanks for watching today. God bless.